What do you mean? We can't block him. We can't swap destiny. For own home day. No, you can't, bitch. No, you can't, bitch. I'm sorry. Let's talk about the Holocaust. And the Holocaust. That's what this is digital hologram. A digital hologram is the reality that we experience when we call it a play-out world. And this is why numerology works. Numerology can predict things and it can make things happen because it's working in this digital level of reality. Computers work on binary system and electrical charges to symbolize more, and now we start to develop new kind of computer in the world, and now the human brain works in binary and trinary of etc. electrical charges, and this ACGT codes DNA, and we are connected to this when we are awakened and seeing the projection of beyond the physical of the digital world. And this is exactly what it is. And like I say, scientists are not sussing any of this in the terms of mainstream because they focus on their own discipline and their own dots, and they don't connect the dots and they don't see the full picture. I watched a program the other day. It was a mainstream science program, and like it was like an hour of asking questions, and it was like all like numbers disappearing. What's the biggest number? They are discussing what's the biggest number. Infinity or possibilities. And they kept putting numbers, digital, it's infinite. And because of that, numbers represent the vibrational state. That's how the angels from another dimensions communicate with you, through numerology, because manipulating that level of the decoding of constructs. So what it always means, we live a false identity. We think we are humans while we are consciousness, while we are awareness, not just body, we are consciousness. And some near-death experience has experienced that come back to tell a story over what they experienced and what they've been through time, as express it as a tunnel, and they come back as a body releases consciousness virtual time. And this is when we calculate all of it, everything from the beginning, my birth, my ancestor, my children, my wife, my family, my friends. I see everything about me and everything around me and everything they're thinking now and what they thought then and what was they happening before and what's happening now. There is no time, there is no sequence of events, no such a thing of limitation, distance or period of time or place. I can be anywhere I wanted to be simultaneously. This body computer is what gives us the delusion of all these things, and I'm gonna finish on this bit. Key to holding us in servitude is to keep us in the left hemisphere of the brain. We have two, right and brain, left, right and left, which is bridges the two, and we have the bridge that connect the relation between two. Very, very, very different state of being. Creative in the right. The left brain is what deals with numbers and regions and sequence and put everything in construction and all of the rest of it. And the system wants us what? When we are in there, in the left, we are there. Most people are there. The whole system, the educational system, they put us there. This different function of left brain. What the right brain want to do, the color. What the left want to do, language. And it's interesting. The right brain says, I want to save the world. How difficult it is that many people to say the color instead of the word, to say green instead what the left brain one, which is yellow. And this is how you define if the person is left-it or right-it. Anyway, a brain scientist called Jo Balti Taylor, she had a stroke in the 1990s, and she has a stroke in the left brain. and stayed awake for most of it and therefore experienced what was there happening. First of all, she got into an exercise by to overcome what she was failing, and she looked down to her hands when she was failing, left stop working and not decoding realities. She looked down and she saw no hands, she saw clothes, and she no longer could see a division between her and anything else. Everything that joined as one infinite field of energy consciousness. And she said it was like a bliss nirvana. When she tried eventually, left brain kicked in, and she tried to call her work at colleague to help her out. And it took her 45 minutes, a long time, trying to go through these business cards to find a number, because when she looked at them, she couldn't see numbers and words anymore. It was decoding reality as it should. She could see pixels. She was seeing this reality one step back as a digital pixel state. Eventually, through following this pixel thing, she managed to read the number. And when the guy in the other end, he said hello, all she heard when she picked the phone, woof, woof, woof. And she tried to say to him, this is Jill, I'm in trouble. And all she can say here is woof, 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 because the vibration was not being decoded by the left brain, the language part in words that we can understand. And what the system wants us to do is to put these firewalls up, called education, science, politics, media, religion, peer pressure, to keep the right brain out of the left. And this is fundamental, because these things are all part of the defense mechanism, keeping us in a left brain reality and out of the right brain infinity. Artistic events, Stephen Walsher, they access the right brain potential, and in a way that other people don't. And this is why they are capable to do fantastic achievement. This guy was taken by a helicopter in the BBC in London for half an hour, nothing except of his eyes, and he's looking at his eyes. He came down and he drew London with incredible accuracy, because he was accessing the infinite potential of the right brain, where most people can't go. Another artistic event, incredible things, because he was challenged to learn a very difficult language in a week. And none of the media was using this real name of volcano in Iceland with the pronunciation of the real language of this common law culture, Icelandic. And he's speaking Icelandic teacher. He's saying his Icelandic teacher that he was teaching him, he said he's not a human. He learned in 1 week. Yes, he is a human. When we express from our infinite potential possibilities, the lack of learning stops. It's one of the most hard language to speak. He learned it in a week. They considered him not a human. We worship the intellect. Oh, he got a great mind. Oh, he did this in Oxford. Oh, he did. What? Mind is such a long level of awareness. It's supposed to be a vehicle for experiencing these realities, a server of consciousness, our master. It becomes something to worship, and this is the isolated intellect. Mind box. Like people consider if he has a degree in life that he's high. No. At all. The highest degree in the universe is infinite love, infinite consciousness. There's no higher degree that you can get it from any university in the world that will make you high. Look at authority figures. Look at authority figures. Most of them, they doesn't have anything. And if they have, narcissist. أصلا أنا اللي بمتلم منه.